All right, ladies and gentlemen, another week has flown by. And I tell you what a week it has been. Welcome, everyone, to the Icey Railway Podcast. I am your host, the Ice Dragon, that cannot tell the difference between a C and a K. Ray Ron VR. Hopefully, you guys had an interesting week. Hopefully, a much better week than myself. Let's just say it was really, really hot in San Antonio. I think every day went over 100 degrees, and our AC decided to just die. So that was fun, getting all of that replaced and killing my emergency funds. But yeah, and the layout getting to about 120 degrees. So that has been a fun week. Yeah, it's been tough. Not gonna lie. But anyways, we've got a lot of news to cover. But first, with that, if you are an American and are celebrating the 4th of July's, the Rebellion Against Great Britain Day, happy 4th of July. This is kind of the stream before the 4th. And so we decided, you know what, let's make this a special one. Let's start a new tradition on this channel. And it's like I was debating what train I wanted to run today. And then it occurred to me, it's like, hello, wake up, I've got opportunity right here. We've got the American Freedom Train that we can run. So needless to say, I jumped on that as fast as I could, as soon as I realized exactly what I wanted to run today and kind of the theme for today to celebrate the 4th of July. And yeah, it's been quite interesting. So welcome, everyone. I am your host, the Ash Dragon, Rerun VR. And first off, we've got a lot of news to cover down. So a lot has happened this past week. And matter of fact, we've got breaking news as of today as well for a couple things that we'll go over. And so let's go ahead and just dive right into it. Let's do this. So we'll kind of do some recap of some news that happened this week. I did a couple of Icey Rail news on it. And so let's go ahead and take a look. So kind of the big one that happened was we finally have the paint scheme of the CPKC, not KPKC. I don't know why I kept saying that in my videos. I didn't catch it until the last one when I realized, oh, have I been really saying KPKC this whole time? It's like, yeah. So it's CPKC. We've got the paint scheme. It is basically the first version that, or option 1 on the voting for the employees, which it looks like those leaks were true. Those were our options. And so we have our color scheme here, and I do like it a lot. I mean, I like it enough that I could probably get one of these engines in HO scale. That's how much I like this paint scheme. So just as a loaner type of diesel. But I'm toying with the idea, do I want to just get one as a loaner for UP, or do I want to take this to N scale? And it's like, I'm kind of going back and forth. Like I'm leaning more towards just getting it in N scale. But I do like, there's something about this color scheme that I really like. So, we'll see. We'll see what rabbit hole we go with when it comes to that. So some other news that kind of dropped on us. We have another heritage unit that's coming out of CSX. We've got the Baltimore and Ohio. So we're starting to see a lot of this transitional scheme become the main kind of paint scheme in the future here. I do like these. I like the transitional effect of it, that yeah, you got CSX leading the way, but then it uncovers the roots, like underneath the paint scheme of CSX, was born from the B&O, from the chassis system and so forth. And so I do like where CSX is going with their heritage schemes, and I can't wait to see these on the rails. So yeah, there's a couple of them. We got the B&O. Obviously, we got the chassis system here, which, again, I do like this transitional paint scheme. It's just there's something about it that it just catches my eye. So I think they look really, really cool. So, all right, so some other things. There's a couple of channels that I'm going to be shouting out here. And one that caught my attention this week was this channel called Peter, oh my goodness, I can't talk. Peter Dibble. kind of squash the two together. So this channel is really interesting because it's a documentary type of format when it comes to his videos, but my god, they are so freaking good. Like, I got addicted. I found this one about the Freedom Train, and he does such a good job narrating, presenting information, sourcing his stuff. And I found this video about the Freedom Train, and it's like, I did not realize how naive I was when it came to this train, because I originally thought, it's like, oh yeah, they did this train. You know, they had a diesel, they had the GS4, obviously those ones that I knew, and then they had this whole collection of stuff. Originally, I thought it was Fantasy Scheme until I realized that this was an actual train, but just never had the time to dive into it. And I saw this video, and it's like, I want to watch it just for S&Gs. And my goodness, I was completely naive to it. Like, I didn't realize that there was two trains, one in the late 40s after World War II, and that one was run by, I think, the PA-1 diesel engine for the Freedom Train. And then they did it again around the late 70s, 77, 76 roughly. And that's where we got the GS4. That's where we got our T1. It's where we got our 210-2, I believe, from Texan Pacific. And just seeing that whole story, I cannot recommend enough this channel. Like, it was addicting, and then I started watching all these other ones. And so I'll drop a link in the chat so you guys can check these videos out. And it's like, I didn't realize Auto Train was its own separate company. Like, the things that I've been talking about, how our biggest issue with our national transportation system is that Amtrak needs to expand its auto train system, especially like on the California Zephyr, on the Empire Builder, on the Sunset Limited. Like, if they were to implement these auto train features from like the West Coast, from California to, like, let's say Omaha, so that way you don't have to drive halfway through the country, like, I would use Amtrak a lot more if that was a thing. And the fact that we got this basically was the history about the auto train, and I just loved it. End up watching the monorail one this morning. I mean, I'm addicted, really addicted to this channel. A lot of good content. I knew about the SPSF merger, and then just seeing it from his perspective, really good. So I highly recommend it if you're into one of these topics. And yeah, really good. Kind of some other interesting news is that, and again, this is a shout out to Otto the Rail Fan. Again, I will go ahead and post this link down here. Some of the best views that I've seen about this. So what's interesting about this is that we've seen the 84-4 push a stalled engine. I think we've seen the Challenger do the same thing. And now the big boy has done the same thing. So basically we had a stalled engine, and the big boy pushed the train in front and the coaches in the back, which was pretty BA. So there's a lot of video coverage of this. I think Icey has done a video on this. Obviously, Otto the Rail Fan, I think, has the best video when it comes to that. So you guys can go ahead and watch that video and watch the rest of it. Highly recommend it. Just good quality overall. So obviously content, there's no way I can get on this channel, but you can head over there and check that out as well. So let's go ahead and continue on with some news here. Mystic, how are you, good sir? Welcome. It's going well. Better than I was beginning of this week. Didn't have any AC. Living in a very hot house in a very hot city. So yeah. So we're just kind of going over the news. Talked about the CPKC color scheme. Talked about the Baltimore and Ohio paint scheme from CSX. Talking about these two channels that I highly recommend. Peter Dibble has some great videos. Again, drop some links for it. And then right now we were talking about the big boy, how it was pushing the stalled freight train. That was pretty funny. So I got links for that. So nice. 2021, very nice. So we've got, I'm probably going to do a video on this because this is quite interesting. And this is what I love about capitalism, is that you've always got companies trying to get and compete against your dollar, which is the way it's supposed to be. So we are in a GP30 war right now. So we got late breaking news. It literally just broke, like, I think an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. We ended up replacing our entire AC in the house. Yeah. Needless to say, a lot of my projects got put on the back burner for a little bit, but it was necessary for survival. So I appreciate that. So, as we all know, and I've reported it on this channel before, that BLI announced that they're doing their line of GP30s. We had the Chessie system, Santa Fe, BNSF, BO, CSX, Rio Grande, Norfolk and Western, PRR, Chicago Northwestern, Southern, and then the UP ones. And then the undecorated ones, which this is definitely kudos to them that they got this unpainted, because that brings a lot of options. Papa John Trains, how you doing, good sir? How many more cabooses have you got this week? No, feel free to interrupt me, Mystic. Go for it. I'm just rambling. There's a lot of news to cover, but it's like I've got 3-4 hours to cover everything, so feel free to chime in. Go for it. I do not mind. And I hope you're doing well, Papa John. I figure I'm in this rhythm of, let's present the news, and then we'll jump into trains, because it's like, I like covering train news. It's something that I'm passionate about, and I wish I can do more of it. But, real life doesn't allow me to get all the news out, so it's like we got to cover all of it, what I can, that I missed from the week on the channel. So, BNSF engineer, hello. I saw your new video there with your steam engine. I can't remember the name of it, but it looked really good. I believe it MTH, I want to say. One of the rare MTH steamers. For life of me, I can't remember it. Nice. 1 for $1. That's great. That's great. So yeah, we are in a GP30 war between BLI, and then breaking news today, Scale Trains announced their second run of GP30s. And so here we are. Pre-order by the end of next month, and they're going to come out in January of 2024. The Yellowstone, that's what it is. Yep, the Yellowstone. Yeah, that was a cool video. So yeah, we've got a brand new announcement from Scale Trains. We've got the Cotton Belt from SP, which has my attention. The Southerns look really good too. Like, I love this hunchback roof extended top here they got. So the Southern looks really good. We've got Conrail, which I know a lot of people were asking. We've got Burlington. We've got Baltimore, Ohio, and Santa Fe. So again, still a little bit behind on the variety that BLI. But it's going to be interesting. So we're definitely got a GP30 war going on. So everyone saying all the hellos. So yeah, definitely interesting. And then they got a whole bunch of freight cars they've announced. It's freight cars. I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, all the freight cars there. I gotta look at this behind the scenes. They released a video about behind the scenes on their road trips that I need to catch up on. So, but yeah, definitely quite interesting. There's been a huge demand for GP30s and N scale. But the thing is, I just don't, they probably have to get the tooling for it, and they're probably not ready for it. Alrighty, good sir. Hello, how are you? On a smoke break? Nice. Hopefully all is well with you, good sir. Yeah, unfortunately, HO's been dominating this year with the new stuff, because BLI is going to be coming out with their shark noses here soon. I don't know if it's on here. But I've got plenty of shark noses on reserve. Like, December is a disastrous month for me, because I've got like 4 shark noses on pre-order. I hope you're doing good there, Artie. Okay, so HO, see, we're gonna go to diesels. I hate BLI's new website. It drives me nuts. Yeah, so here's all the shark noses. So this is what's gonna hurt about December. Like my entire budget of anything to buy of hobby wise, and kind of luxury too, but is going to shark noses because they're coming out with a plethora. Like I've got my Missouri Pacific lines on pre-order because it's an A and B unit that comes with. It's an unpowered B unit. Yeah, already. That was me this week. My entire AC unit crapped out, and I had to get that replaced. And I was sad. I was really really sad when I had to get that replaced. So I was this room got 120 degrees, so I had to test everything, make sure everything was working right, and so far, fingers crossed, everything is, and knock on wood, working. Yeah, I absolutely cannot stand this clickety clickety click of their interface. They try to make it all flashy and everything with this navigation crap. It's like your old website was perfect. I could navigate. It looked nice. It looked different. But everyone's going to the same crappy GUI interface. It drives me nuts. Yep, we all have that, Papa. Yep, July, yep. BLI has got a lot of my allowance last month and this month because their Daylight came out last month. I put money aside for the pre-order. It was supposed to come out to buy this month. And then my GS4 Western Pacific Daylight, oh no, excuse me, GS4 Western Pacific Zephyr scheme is coming out in July as well. So I'm like all up. But yeah, so in December is when these things, the pre-order is due by. So I've got the MPL on pre-order. I've got the Southern Pacific on pre-order. I've got the shark noses because I'm going to put a military, because eventually I will have a military train. So I saw all these and it's like absolutely need to have them because that's World War II paint scheme. And then we also got this one too. It's like, yes please, I'll have that too. So December is a really bad month for me for this because these will all drop in the same month. So yeah. Oh, they were pushed back to September. Maybe I'll have to take a look at that. Well, darn. Well, let me put it this way. The money is set aside, so that way I'll have it ready when it comes out. Yeah. That's unfortunate. But, you know, it happens. Oh, no. Gotcha. Ooh, breaking a double slip, though? Oh, my God, Artie. I'm sorry to hear that. See, I work with modulars too, and I understand that sentiment. But breaking the double slip. Because I was looking at the prices of double slips. They're not cheap. At least here in the States. Even for Pico. It was pretty expensive. Like almost $100 a turnout. So yeah, that is all the shark noses. Yeah, not looking forward to that. Yeah, yeah, I feel your pain there. Yeah. Ugh. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Okay, shall we get into the main event? Shall we do this? Let's, alright. Let's get into the main event. Let's get ready to rumble. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this forward. So I figure for today, we bring up this bad boy. Okay, so let's talk about this guy a little bit. Oh man, Artie, I'm sorry. We all have those days though. Like I've had a train fall off on stream once. Um, I've had modulars that the rail ripped up. So yeah, I've had those days. I've had those days. So let's talk about the American Freedom Train. Again, I linked to a particular channel by name of Peter Dibble. Again, I'll show you guys the channel. So that's the channel right there. And there's a video about the American Freedom Train. Highly recommend it. It's a great watch. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot about this train. So this is the 1970s Freedom Train, not the 1946s. So this is the GS4 Freedom Train. This is a Bachmann Spectrum. I thought it had sound, but it didn't. I thought, yeah, it was just a DCC on board, so it wasn't with sound or anything. But it runs well. I'll just leave it that way. But when it pulls a train around Harbor Point, the turn is too tight for it because of the 444 configuration. The driving wheels are a little too tight, and it will always cause it to derail when there's weight behind it, unfortunately. So what I'll probably end up doing is just running it point to point for a little bit, just for the sake of it. And then we'll switch it off to a different engine. It's carrying 4 passenger cars, and I thought they were Rivarossi at first, but even the packaging itself says the Freedom Train with all appropriate coaches, but when you look on the bottom of it, it actually says Lionel, which is quite interesting. So I don't know if Lionel made it and bought distribution rights through Rivarossi, but it's very interesting. I've never seen that before. So I don't know, maybe because I did buy it used. Maybe it was just swapping out. But either way, I love the concept of this train. If you guys have never heard of the Freedom Train before, it was basically a museum on wheels. It was designed to unite the country when it was heavily divided. And this sounds familiar, right? And so what they did with this American Freedom Train is that they basically put a lot of the archives from the Library of Congress and other museums into these coaches, and then it went across the United States. And so that way, rural people and people who want to get the opportunity to see these documents, like the Constitution, like the Bill of Rights and so forth, they will go on this train and be able to see it. And so that was the whole point of the train, which is pretty cool. Let's see here. Yeah, well, in the farm country, yeah. Hello, Split Rock. How you doing, good sir? I got an upcoming video. The Icey Mountain got a redraft. Because I decided to take your advice and double check on those turn radiuses, and I actually wasn't satisfied. So I had another redraft, and I found a better draft of it. So I think it turned out a lot better. So goes to show you that, taking feedback, listening to feedback, those little small hunches, it can go a long way. Especially when it comes to the model railroading, for sure. So, and all the hellos. And something I didn't realize is that I thought the 4449 was originally brought back to its daylight scheme and then painted to the Freedom Train. I didn't realize that 4449 was saved as a result of the Freedom Train project. And so it was actually colored this configuration first, and then it went back to the museum in Portland to be repainted back into the daylight scheme. And so I learned so much from that video. It was kind of cool to see the history of it. So let's go ahead and get it going, shall we? And then we'll go from there. So also, something I want to do is we'll make a tradition every 4th of July weekend, or the Friday before the holiday of 4th of July. We'll just run this train. And I've got some even more crazier ideas of what if, this is the mythical railroad we're talking about. What would the Freedom Train look like today? Because there is some concept works of what they want to do for the Freedom Train in the future, but this is the mythical railroad. We got to have a Freedom Train to what we think is going to be today. So I've kind of got a little bit of a hint of what I would imagine. Obviously, the big boy is going to get involved. I'll have that pulling the train, but it's only 4 cars right now. And so something that I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to continue to keep my eyes open for just white cars in particular. Find some white box cars, find some white flat cars, passenger cars, and so forth. So that way we can customize our very own Freedom Train. If you guys have any ideas of what those flat cars should be carrying, again, keeping in mind what the Freedom Train is all about, this rolling museum about the things that we, that we should be grateful for today, feel free to pitch in. Yep. See, my version of paper and pencil is AnyRail. I love AnyRail. Yep. This train, so I overpaid for this train, but I knew how rare it was, and I still wanted it. And now I know what it truly is about. I am so grateful I have in my collection, because we're gonna expand upon it. We're gonna expand upon it a lot. So Amtrak is a government entity, so it's a little bit harder to do. Amtrak was privately funded through corporations, which made it possible for it to start in the first place. So the issue, to be honest, I don't know. When it comes to my 2 modulars, I want to say they're in the 40s. When you combine the 2 together, I think the inner is, I would say, again, this is a rough guess, I would say it's like 40, and the outside maybe like 45. They are massive. Like, the corners take up 2 modulars to make a 90. So it's pretty massive. The problem is, I think Harbor Point is, I think, in the small 20s. I want to say it's like 22. It's pretty small, which is why a lot of my engines have issues navigating, especially ones like this one. And that's why I need to build Icey Mountain, because Icey Mountain is going to give me 2 turn radiuses of one. The mid turn on it is going to give me 27. The outer, I think, is going to give me 33. So I'll be able to run the more headache trains on the outer one, and then still run some better ones in the mid. So it's, in due time, we'll get it there. So and yeah, I need to get that. That's actually a good point. That's one thing I forgot to showcase. So in the GS4 lineup, thank you for reminding me, because I meant to show that and I totally spaced it. So actually a couple things. Man, you actually just gave me a good rabbit hole to go into real quick. So let's go into this. So one thing that I didn't realize is that I thought only the GS4 Freedom Train was the only one that pulled this train. Come to find out, there was a plethora of trains, which makes a whole lot more sense to me now when I was diving into it. So, hey, Root of the Phobie Snow, welcome. How are you? Welcome, welcome. We're kind of chatting about the Freedom Train, just, having a good old chat. You are never, ever, ever late. Real Fan K, you are never late. So as far as the Freedom Train, so there was a whole bunch of engines that pulled this train. So there was the T1, and I think, oh crap, I can't remember. Ooh, I can't remember the engine type. Oh yeah, it was the Reading. That's what it was. They don't have the paint scheme, but I think it was basically this style for the Freedom Train. So they had the T1, and it's like they refurbished this engine. I forgot how fast they did. I think it was like 30 days, or maybe it was crazy amount of time that they got this train from the scrapyard. They bought 2 of them, and then they were able to get enough parts from both of them to make a fully operational first one. Oh, I'm glad you liked the Freedom Train. Nice. Yeah, and that's what we're running today. It's going to be a tradition on this channel, starting today, that every 4th of July, we will run the Freedom Train. And my goal is to eventually get all these other Freedom Train engines. I didn't realize there was a whole plethora of engines that pulled it. And so the T1 was one of them. Obviously, the GS4. There was 2 diesels that they borrowed from Burlington Northern. It was like the 1776 and something else. I can't remember the other one. Or 1778 or something like that. But... And then there was another one, I think. Oh, yeah, it was the Texas and Pacific, because they recently, it was the 210-2 Texas Pacific, which I'll get to here in a second, that also pulled it. Unfortunately, it is a brass hybrid, which is like expensive, but there it is. So this is the other one that when the GS4 came into Texas to do the show in all the major cities, this guy right here, the Texas and Pacific Freedom Train, pulled it as well. And this one is actually on my radar to get next, but again, you can see that price tag because it's freaking brass hybrid. Help me. But Texas Pacific falls in my UP family tree. So that's kind of the next one I want to grab in the American Freedom Train series. And then we'll eventually get T1. But eventually I would like to get all the engines for it. And then we'll finish off with the GS4 here. So that'll be this guy right here. So yeah, if you want a GS4 Freedom engine, go with this one. Just go with this one. Don't bother with the Bachmann. Bachmann just has so many problems as it is. With gear problems, just sound. It requires a lot of TLC, as BNSF engineer has pointed out. I will definitely contest to that as well. Or contest to that as well. But yeah, just go with this one. It's like... I'm really close to pre-ordering this one too, but I just don't know where I can adjust my budget to do it. So this one's probably going to be probably on the secondary market. I'll get it, or if like Train World has a surplus of them, I'll grab it a little bit later. But it is on my radar to get this one as well. So yeah, that's pretty much all of it in a nutshell. The train itself had like, I think 23 or 26 cars. It was kind of ridiculous. It was like 3 flat cars with equipment that I need to try to find. All of it was done in Lionel, and it's like crazy hard to find nowadays and stupidly expensive because it's rare. But the fact that I've got 4 of the cars, no, 5 cars? 4 cars, I'm kind of grateful. And so that's basically a quick history lesson of the Freedom Train. Like I said, I've got a link to a person who did a documentary about it. Very, very good stuff. So that's what we got here, and so we'll go ahead and slowly get this guy rolling here. So you can kind of see the museum bits. The fact that this was a museum on wheels was cool to think about. And they had a walkway, a motorized walkway, so that way you can control the amount of people that was flowing through. So it's like, it's pretty cool. You got the lunar lander in there, a mock-up of the Liberty Bell, all of the documents. So this is the best representation of it. Yeah, it's expensive. They always put a high, yeah, they put a high price on brass. I don't know why. It's just a collector thing in the hobby. I think it's crazy. All right, let's get this a little bit more speed here, and then we'll bring up all the cameras here so we can kind of follow it around here. Yeah, I mean, it definitely, and then shipping for you, I can imagine. So yeah, for now, we'll just do a kind of point-to-point. I'll try to do my best with the cameras. So let's get our camera car here. And pray this thing doesn't derail. So we got the Freedom Train there. That's not really a good camera view, is it? Alright, let's do this. All cameras. Where's my mouse? I lost my mouse. There it is. Oh, it's behind, no wonder. Yes. Matter of fact, I was going to do it on Thursday, but I had a sinus infection. That fucking knocked me on my ass. It was not fun. I literally came home from work and then I passed out for like 12 hours. My sinuses were clogged, headache, the whole 9 yards. So I planned to bring this on Sunday. And stupid me forgot to switch a turnout. So let me do that real quick. Alright, that's thrown. Let's get... Now, I will warn you, I don't know if this train is going to handle well on the summer layout because of all the Atlas track that's on there. Bachman and Atlas rarely go together. Okay. So I've got a backup just in case if it doesn't work. And I'm not really using the right scene, am I? Okay, let's do this. Let's get that out of the way. I'm still learning how to really control these cameras. So I'll get you guys another close-up here. Again, I can only go too far with this because that's as far as I can go before I gotta turn it back around. So you can kind of see some of the decorative work in it. The coaches are beautiful. And we'll just send this guy right back. So yeah, I'm really hoping that we can get it smooth at Samurai, but we'll see. I don't have high hopes. $8.99, 1,400 in Aussie. Wow. Yeah, that's yeah. That's the thing. Shipping is just crazy. Again, I'm doing the cardinal sin. I'm trying to reverse the train at full speed. And overall, though, it is a very gorgeous engine. I just wish it wasn't Bachman. And my camera is just not cooperating today. Let's see, we'll back this up. This would be a nice view. You can look at the view down there from Ghetto Bridge. Alright, go ahead and stop it. So yeah, I apologize. I don't typically like doing point-to-point layouts, but there's one corner that this engine just will not handle. I'll probably run the engine by itself for a little bit. But for now, we'll just go back and forth just a bit, and then we'll have another engine pull it. Get you guys this view. We got the turbine just chilling there. Alright, this should be a good view. Here we go. But yeah, I'm excited because find some more white cars, white flat cars, white coaches, and we're going to make our own version of the Freedom Train next year. I'm excited for that. And hopefully we'll actually have a proper wide enough turn for this guy to go all the way around. Oh, wow. They make good shelf queens. Welcome back, Split Rock. Welcome back. Alright. So this one's not a 4K camera, so it's going to be a little choppy. So yeah, not a bad train overall. So the American ones are just so iffy, especially the older ones from the 90s. The gears tend to crack a lot. I remember my very first steam engine was actually a GS4 Bachmann Spectrum. And man, I ran that thing into the ground. And then finally it wasn't working. We heard the motor going, but it wasn't turning. And so my father and I, we cracked it open and found out the gears cracked and it was done. Became a shelf queen. Actually, what we should do... how do I get this? Oh, no, we should be able to do this. Okay. So we're going to do some operations, is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and park the train itself on a siding. We'll run the GS4 for a little bit. And then we'll have another train pick up the rest of it. I can show you guys a little bit of ops. Just for SNGs. Okay, let's go to all the cameras. Let's go ahead and back out of this. And let's go ahead and back up the 4449. And try not to derail it. Who is the patient? Probably my brain. Because I gotta think about my switches here before I forget. Okay, so I'm gonna control the turnout, or should I just do it? Let me just go from here. Where's my cameras? Come on, come on. All right, let me bring up this camera view here. And so what I'm gonna do is from my tablet, we're gonna go ahead and control the turnouts here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw. So now you can see that the little button on the bottom left there went from green to red. That is the Digitrax push button system. And so now what we can do is we're gonna back up that camera train into the siding there, and we'll get this other view as well. If I can select the right thing here. There we go. So it gives you some perspective. Alright, let's go ahead and back her up. And see if I can derail it. Yeah, that's usually what happens. Slowly and surely. Yep, and there's our derailment. Didn't take long. As we do the Tokyo Drift. I gotta put metal wheels on these. Okay. Alrighty. Gotta love it. So we just smashed the Liberty Bell all to pieces. Oh, we were 3 out of 5. Alright. Okay, so without the coaches, this thing should be able to go a full 360. Okay. I say that now. Drug and alcohol test, yep. Alright, and then let's get rid of the 180. Okay, so we'll run the GS4 for a little bit so you guys can at least see the engine. Again, I do apologize, can't run that engine with the rest of the Freedom train right now until I get this corner swapped out with Fire Mountain, so that way we can have a bigger turn radius. So you don't have to convert me. I just gotta get the T-track finished. The N scales. So I actually got a Kato N scale loop that's set up right now. It's not live streamable because it's in a different room. See, it runs just fine without any weight to pull, but as soon as we get the pull, it'll derail. So we got the California Zephyr Kato set in N scale, Milwaukee Road, with the special like observation end with the diesel. Like one steamer and like one Amtrak. That's pretty much it. Oh, and we got the bullet trains. We got 2 bullet trains. But I mean, all things considered, I know I bashed Bachman quite a bit, but this is a good runner. All things considered. All things considered, it's a good runner. Okay, you can stop now. Okay. Alright, so now you guys have seen the engines. Let's go ahead and let's get back to... Actually, this here's perfect. Let's go ahead and get a different engine out. And obviously, it wouldn't be a Rayron stream without a big boy. So, let's get the big boy out and we'll have it pull the train. So, I'm going to go ahead and slow the 44, 49 down. And see if I can derail the big boy here. Couple up and get on the road. Alright, let's bring up the 180 camera. Alright. Alright, turnouts. We need to throw turnouts to throw on either end. So now both of them will turn red. Oh, wait! 44, 49, what are you doing? You should not be doing that. You are going to short everything out. Get back there. Get back there. Why are you running the red on me? Stay. You're at 0. Stay. Do not creep up. Do not creep up. I think you're right, Artie. I think the engineer needs to be drug tested. Trying to run a red. This is a true test of the Pico track for me. And this is why I love this modular so much, is that it's much more dynamic and I can showcase so much. And now my camera is just drunk too. What's going on? Come on. Alright, we're connected to the Freedom Train. Seriously, big boy? You're just gonna do that to me? You've had no problems on the frog, and then you decide, oh, I'm gonna find that one spot to get stuck on. I guess I really gotta power my frogs now. Come on, man. You can do it. Move. Thank you. Seriously? You've had no problems with that ISO frog. And now you have all the issues. I see how it is. And I don't have to do anything. I don't know. Well, that's gonna be a project for me this weekend, is get these frogs powered. Because those frogs are unifrogs from It's right around okay? No. Am I ever okay? Alright. Let's go ahead and get the turnouts going here. Let's see, that is turnout number 2, so we'll go ahead and close it. It's camera shy. Alright, forward. Get some speed. Not 4449. Wake up. 4018. Alright, there we go. Yeah. Well, this engine was doing so well on the see, it's doing fine there. It's just, I guess, at a certain speed, it just doesn't like. And so those Pico turnouts are actually unifrogs, but they're acting as isolated frogs right now because I don't have them powered. I still gotta wire them up to the tortoises to give them the, not necessarily the polarity, but the state of the DCC power. Alright, there we go. We're on our way. And then we can go ahead and park the 4449. Assuming my camera will work here. It's a little slow, yeah. Alright, let's see here. Turnouts number 1. 1, 2, throw. I need to close that one. No, this is an HO Vivarossi. Kato, I don't think, makes the big boy in HO scale. Green red, yep, that's what we want. You can do it. You can do it. Yay. You did it. Alright, and we'll stop. Stop it there. Now there is a delay between the two cameras. The caps card is a 2-second delay. My better caps card decided not to work on me. So the camera on the top left is actually a 4K webcam, so it's coming in instantaneously through USB 3.0. And the actual security camera system, which is the bigger one that you see here, is a little bit slow because of the capture card. I'll eventually get a new one so it's instantaneous, but... Berkshires. I'm drawing a blank what a Berkshire is. I probably should know that. Alright, so we got Big Boy 4018 is now pulling the Freedom Train. All is right in the world. Yes, I am slightly biased. And again, this Freedom Train is really small right now. Again, I'm only pulling 4 coaches. But I'm gonna expand this. We'll make a custom Freedom Train for the future. Oh, I tell you what, Mystic. The N-scale big boys are huge in the algorithm right now. Not gonna lie. Like, every freaking N-scale YouTuber is going ham over that big boy N-scale Kato, which rightfully so. I mean, that's a beautiful engine. Kato does really good work. Alright, let's get you guys back to all the camera view here. And then I'll drop the 180 for right now. So, yeah, the Kato's really, really nice. So we'll watch the Freedom Train go around for a little bit, and then we'll get you guys on board. So right now it's going over Harbor Point, as you can see from the bottom right hand corner there. But yeah, I don't know what it is, but you know, I was just watching the view counts because it's always an interesting thing just to watch it go up and down from time to time. And I don't know what happened, but there seems to be like a huge trend of people wanting to watch more railroading content because there was a big bump these last 2 days. It was kind of it was cool to see. I'm glad a lot of people are getting into the hobby. Where are my cameras? Oh, okay. I know what we'll do. I know what we will do. This will be fun, actually. And scary at the same time. Let's see, you are... You know what I need to do? Hang on. That's what I should do, too. Because I haven't done this view in a while. Let's, I'll do this next. Let's grab you two. Gonna respond. Oh no, do not do smoke. Do not do smoke. Don't smoke you. Bad. Okay. Let's see. Do I have a flip coupler in there? I think I do. Review graph. Oh. So the big thing I can say, It's so hard with YouTube because each channel has their. I firmly believe this is what I believe. All right, take your time, Mystic. Each channel has their own algorithm, with into the bigger algorithm that's obviously YouTube. And so one thing I've discovered is you gotta be consistent. And what I mean by that is find yourself a dedicated schedule. Or let me use my I phrases. What I've been doing is staying consistent with my video uploads as best as I can, and with all the shorts and with all the live streams. And then just, if you can stay consistent, that's really all I can recommend. But again, have fun with what you're doing too, because in order to be consistent, you gotta avoid burnout. That's why I choose to do mono railroading, because it's very hard for me to get burnt out on mono railroading. There are times I do get burnt out, but it is less than anything else that I've done. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring up Phoenix Point. Come on. No, over here. Okay, and then... Where are you? Okay. And then we're going to bring up our phone camera here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a chase train. That'll go in front of the big boy here. And so let me go back to my turnout control on my tablet here. We will throw 200 on Phoenix Point. And we will bring out 3002 here, which is my SP Atlantic. And pray we don't derail. Already, IRL always takes priority, my good friend. Take care of that. That's always number one. And again, as I tell everyone else, my content, just don't worry about watching it. Like, what you do with your time is you. If you can watch, I greatly appreciate it, but it's your time, it's valuable. And, if you can't catch me live, it's going to be archived. And I appreciate taking your Saturday morning out. Everyone else's either Friday evening. Like, I just appreciate hanging out with me, with the world's greatest sandbox hobby. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get on board our chase train of 3002 here. Okay, so this is going to be the 2 cameras. Actually, no, I'll do this. Let me do the back. And let's do the 1 camera. Let's bring the big boy up. And before I do that, throw my switch. And let's be on our way. Let me put the light on so I can see my distance. And then now do the fun part of speed matching. Who's tempting the speed match? Alright, I'm actually going to take that light off because of the black glare that we're getting. And again, guys, if you're in the US, a happy 4th of July. We are running the Freedom Train in honor of America's freedom from Great Britain. And so, we got currently the Union Pacific big boy running our Freedom Train. And now we're doing a chase view so you guys can see the whole train. Alright. And we'll have the parade coming through. You can see the craziness that is the camera train. I love that Atlantic. That little steam engine is just, it's really, it's got good character, and that's what I love about it. It's got so much character. And then our American Freedom Train. So this camera is the one of 4 of those similar ones that's on the camera train right now. And I probably should speed this up just a tad. Yeah, a little choppy, so I do apologize. We'll get things figured out. I've got an idea to get 3 more rotating cameras. So I'm kind of testing exactly where I want to put those. Alright, let's get you guys back on board. Passing through Phoenix Point and all the sticker walls there on the left. Pretty cool shot. But you can just see how sharp that turn is, because you can almost see that train goes almost 90 in a very short amount of space. Yeah, something else I need to find is like a white dome car, because we gotta have a dome car with this train. I know there wasn't, was there? No, I don't think there was any domes in the actual Freedom Train, but it'd be kind of cool still. Actually, we'll get you guys this view. So I think, to my knowledge, 8444 and the 4449 were double-headed because it was doing its own excursion back from Cheyenne to, what was it? Salt Lake. And so I think it was parked in Omaha for repairs while the Freedom Train went with a different engine with the 2 diesels. And I don't think 8444 pulled the actual coaches of it. But I know they double-headed with 4449 because it was in repairs in Omaha. And then they double-headed back to Salt Lake where the Freedom Train came back down from Idaho, if I remember correctly. Down into Salt Lake where the 4449 then picked back up. And my source for that, so if you guys haven't... Let's see here, where is... Yeah. So this is the link for Peter Dibley. Or Dibble. I think it's Dibble. But this is his video on the Freedom Train. It was really, really, really good. Like, I learned so much from this video. It is an hour long, but my goodness, that video was really freaking good. So, highly, 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 highly recommend it. It's a good watch. Alright, as soon as I think this next lap is done, we're going to try something a little sketchy, to say the least. So, we're going to try something. As a matter of fact, I think it'd be easier. Where's my... I'm debating if I just want to do it back here. Yeah, I need to do it back here. So you guys see in a minute what I'm going to be doing. In fact, let me get you guys into this camera view. And I'll show you what we shall do. I'm just going to turn the sound off so I'm not, the sound, I don't want to try to shout over it while the engine's over here. Alright, we're going to stop the 4018. We're going to stop our 3002 here. We're going to flip the switch. I don't know if you can see that. Yep. And then I will back up, you guys. And I'm going to do something interesting. Let's see how much we're going to break stuff. Get you guys on the siding. Bring up the 4018. Welcome back, Mystic. Alright, we will decouple here. Alright, we're going to try. I think this is the first time I've tried it with the camera train. So this will be interesting. We're going to double head 2 steam engines. And see how poorly that goes for us. Because we can and we must. Doesn't mean we should, but we must. So we'll connect it with 4018 here. We'll double head the Freedom train, because freedom, America. Alright, and then we'll back up. Get you guys connected to the Freedom train. Alright, take it easy, vrfamily. Have a good one. See you Saturday. If, or not Saturday, Sunday. That's what I meant. If you're dropping by Sunday. We shall see you at Shamrock. Okay, and then speed matching. That's always a fun part about all this. And of course the coupler heights are different. Yay. Okay, so now we gotta do the delicate operation of speed matching the two. Oh, it's not gonna stay together. The coupler heights are a little different between scale trains and Broadway Limited, unfortunately. That does not mean that we can go in between the two tenders, though. So I need to cut this a little bit differently. Okay, let's try this. Plan number 2, be slightly different, slightly weird, but that's what we do on this channel. Oh, I can just back into. Okay, we're gonna park you guys. So a little bit of operations to get this working right. I didn't even think about coupler height issues. Keep going backwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the water tenders. I know it'll look kind of funky when we do this, but I still want to see if the River coupler height will work with the BLI. So let's check this out. So move up the big boy. And then we'll move up 3002. So this, it was served for the workers, but not for the visitors. But we could, though. We could put a dining car on here. I just need to paint one on white. Why not, you know? Alright. Okay, so we got them double-headed. This is gonna look awkward. But I think we got something here. Alright. No, I think we're gonna have coupler height. Yeah, the coupler height is just too much. Ah, bummer. It's just too high. Okay. Well, we tried. But I think I will do something with this, though. Okay. I really want... Alright, we'll do this. Get the big boy out. Yeah, the BLI is just ever so slightly higher than the River Aussies. And scale trains, apparently. So I was trying to double head, but that's just not going to happen tonight. So what we'll do is we'll have a different engine pull the Freedom Train. So nope. Go the other way. Go the other way. Can I park the... I could if I want to, but that's not what I'm gonna do. All sales are final already. It goes to a good cause, charitable cause. Alright, so for right now, we're just going to put the big boy on the siding here, and then we'll have, I'll send a Pacific pull it. As a matter of fact, I kind of have an interesting viewpoint as well. Let's try something kind of different. Because different is always good. Okay, do this, stop, reverse. Oh great, no, you're not working. Well, you're giving me all sorts of problems today, aren't you? I gotta clean the wheels on the big boy. It's being finicky on me. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Kind of screwed that up. Okay, big boy, pull forward. Alright, I need to 050 you up this way. Yep. And then we'll do this. There we go. This should be a little bit more interesting. And then we'll bring the big boy back. And we'll park it on that third rail. Okay, so I do apologize for the delay. Was trying to double head, but didn't realize that the coupler heights were just not going to cooperate. Alright. And now the Freedom Train's got the green light to depart. In an attempt to push the camera, which we'll see what happens. It's doing just fine. Alright. So now you kind of have like an engineering perspective, and you get to see kind of the back end of the Freedom Train. That's how it came, Mystic. It's just how we bought the house. We paint it, but it's just about time and effort and all that, which, yeah, just hashtag lazy. Hashtag lazy. So welcome aboard engine 3002 Atlantic on the Freedom Train. We're gonna have a cool shot here in a second. So the outer rail there, it's only accessible from Phoenix Point. So it's one giant siding. I don't like how that's tilting. We're gonna have an issue here. I couldn't time that better if I tried. Look at this. Big boy and the Atlantic. And kitten, where are you? And now what problems are we having? Hang on. Oh, I stopped the engine. Alright, hang on. There we go. Yeah, that was interesting. Yep. So I was getting distracted by my kitten. Oh, you're down there. The superintendent has arrived. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I could not have timed that better if I tried. I just went and go. Which, it's actually a testament to kind of the symmetry of this layout. Because they did meet behind me and kept them the same speeds. Alright, let's, we'll get the big boy kind of parked here just for the eye candy. Boom. And of course, stop. Thank you. Sorry, my app decided to just outright crash on me. Alright, and we'll stop there. Get you guys back on board here. So now you kind of have that engineering perspective. I mean, it's just hashtag pretend. That's what kind of the engineer. Aww. Yeah, so this is the superintendent. She comes up here and just supervises everything. Knocks things over if she doesn't like it. This is Mary, a tortoiseshell twin. Her sister Sarah is downstairs. So the superintendent has arrived to inspect things. Making sure I'm doing my job. Yeah, I like this consist a lot. Oh, Mystic. Yeah, it sounds like I need to oil down that flat car with the camera train. It's starting to squeak a little bit. And that's kind of a pet peeve of mine. Try to get those oiled down. Debating if I should put these down here. Yeah, that looks like a better spot. Fair enough, Artie. Alright, let's get all the cameras out here. Okay, so that way we can enjoy from all angles. I know sometimes it may be a little bit small on your camera or on your phone, but you know, we're still experimenting with things. I've got some ideas to get some more 360 cameras up and going. As far as the output quality, this is kind of the best I've got right now. But I hope in the future we'll have cameras that can go 360, that can zoom in a couple times. So I kind of have those cameras picked out. Just kind of have to wait until, you know, the budget allows me to get it. You know what we could do too? Well, see, I don't know if it's going to drill or not. I should have a chase cam with the GS4 actually. You are purring loudly. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Super purry. Alright, Split Rock, take your time. Take your time. Alright, let's go to this camera angle. As we come around this corner, it's usually a good shot of the train. I don't know, Mystic. But I tell you what, though, I can't wait until Phoenix Point gets finished. Or not Phoenix Point. Icy Mountain gets built. We get our Kirby yard built. Because we can seriously just have a cool story. Like, you know, we have the engineer go to the engine, start it up from the yard, get it dispatched to a train, you know, put it out into the main line for ops, and have it run around, and then we can put it back in storage. That's kind of the dream goal right now for this layout. You know, small little baby steps. Oh, thank you, Mystic. I appreciate it. Again, I know the quality is not great. I want to, I really want to find a mobile camera that allows me to get into 1080p at least. At least it's something, though, and that's what I'm grateful for. It's something. This, I can't, like I said, it took me forever to figure out how to get a shot like this in live streaming. It took a lot. It took a lot of brain cells. And again, it'll be even better once I get Harbor Point removed and I get my turn radiuses that I need to actually run the GS4. So it'll be something to look forward to next 4th of July. By then, I should have Icy Mountain up and the Kirby Yard up. Because I'm getting the itch to build Icy Mountain. I'm just kind of at a decision point if I go a foam top or do I want to go with a thin wood top. And it's 100%. The kitty's doing a fine job of that. Nice. Yeah, she's purring loudly. I'm pretty sure the mic is picking up. Because this is an Audio-Technica 2035. If that was a 2020, but it's actually a 35. So it should pick it up. It's a cardio microphone, so it picks up a lot of faint sounds. But it's still a good sound though. Like, I'll put it on just for a little bit here. I love this Atlantic. It's a nice steamer. And it does have steam. I don't know if this camera will pick up the steam. You know what? Let me choke myself out here and see if I can see the steam. Yeah, you can see the steam right there. Boom. And that's probably a bad idea considering... Oh, shit. That's right next to the smoke detector, isn't it? Yeah. Hopefully my smoke detector doesn't go off. But at least you got to see a little bit of the smoke. Now, I will not turn that on and leave it on. I'll just do momentary demos of it. Because BLI and smoke units, they love to melt the chassis. I've seen some horror stories. So, Mystic, the plan that I'm going to do, there's two different things that I'm playing with, two different ideas. So imagine another piece of wood that's clamped to the side of the modulars with flats. I've got Steve Childers gave me his flats, so I'm gonna print those out, and I'll have flats on here. And then another thing that I'm going to probably play with is build scenery modulars. Meaning that to the sides of these modulars, because they're so small, I can put an additional modular on each side and have a scenic piece. So I have a lot of ideas coming. It's just I've got to get the functionality down first. And once I have Icey Mountain built, once I have Mini Nightmare modular built, and my Kirby Yards built, scenery is next. But right now, I've got to get my benchwork and modulars built first and foremost. But yeah, I've got a lot of ideas. And something else that's pretty cool, what I'm thinking about doing. He was streaming this morning, Artie. Yeah, he was streaming this morning. And then with these modulars, another thing I'm thinking about doing is, and you guys have seen this concept before, is the concept of modular scenery on the modulars itself. Meaning I have a magnet that's on the modular, and then I have basically like a small little sheet of styrene with magnets in it, and I can interchange the scenery. So there's a lot of things to come. So he was on a business trip, I think. I can't remember exactly where, but he did a live stream this morning. He talked about it. So just let me do something really quick here as well, because I love to promote others as best as I can. If you haven't already, please give Mr. Childers a follow. He's so close to 300. I want to get him there. Let's see if we can get him there. So, that's his channel. Please subscribe. He is literally 3 away. Let's get him to 300. He's a good guy. Got some good content over there. Very good information. He's got a lot of great tips that when I get to my scenery, I'm definitely going to implement. So, let's get him to 300. Yeah, I can't confirm or deny that I may have been watching his stream while I was at work. It's typically during my lunch break anyway, so I'm able to at least chat. So, but yeah, give him a follow. And also, we've got a lot of great streamers chatting. We've got Split Rock, we've got Mystic, we've got Artie. They all have their content as well. Real Fan K is another one. BNSF Engineer has some content. Like, this is a plethora. Like, you guys, you guys are spoiled by the amount of content you can watch on YouTube with model railroading. It's great. I love it. And it's like, it's not just HO. You got N scale. There's some O scale out there. It's great. You can watch people scratch building buildings. You can see how far we can take technology, try to figure out what degree and radius and the difference between them is. You can see an Australian HO YouTuber, Mr. Artie, Aussie American Model Railroading. It's great. It's great what YouTube has done for this hobby. It happens, Artie. I get that. I appreciate that, Artie. Like I said, I'm just a guy in a train room watching a train going around in circles. And I do appreciate the support. I do what I can. And like I said, what you're gonna get on this channel is that I am an engineering mindset when it comes to this hobby. So I literally just run trains. And you see me run trains at SAMRA, San Antonio Model Railroad Association. That's where a lot of my shorts come from. But eventually we'll get into the scenery. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to capture like building buildings and so forth. So funny, yeah, we do need to. And I've done a 24-hour stream before. So back in my days when I was on Twitch, I did a 24-hour Memorial Day stream, and it was a 100% charity stream for those veterans that have passed, and those that have lost their loved ones during wars and so forth. We did a charity stream for that. I'm trying to think, and that's really the only one that I've done. But I'm getting to the point that 24 hours is hard. But I do like the idea of doing a rolling 24-hour stream where, you know, let's say Artie streams for like 6 hours, and then we jump to another channel to continue the marathon. It's basically a relay of the 24, and I will be 100% on board as long as you know, we can start it maybe on the Friday, and I can, you know, someone can pick up the torch Saturday morning. I could probably come back Saturday evening or midday, and then we roll into like Artie for the last 6 or something like that. I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting. I think it's definitely possible, because we can do the start time 7 when I start on Friday, and then we can end, or no, we can even do it later, because yeah, I would usually go to 8, so I can start at 8, you can end at 8, so yeah, it kind of works. So we have come a long way since the Mythical Lands layout. That was a 4-piece modular. That has actually gotten retired because I'm using that for a different project. But this layout has come a long ways. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn the sound off just so I'm not talking over it. So I feel like I'm starting to scream a little bit. So like I said, as far as plans in the future, I think I've got a few more videos coming out. Yeah, and some other things too. It's like July is going to be kind of interesting because my wife has to go into surgery, so I may not stream that week depending on when it is, and I'll let you guys know when I don't stream. And then next Friday, I think next Friday I won't be streaming because SAMRA has their general meeting. And so my typical rule is I want to be on a live stream somewhere. So typically when my Samurai Club has a general meeting on Friday evening, which is usually the second Friday of the month, which is not next week. I think it's actually it's the following Friday. So 2 weeks. Normally I'll jump on your channel already on that Saturday. That's usually what I do. So usually the second Saturday of the month you'll see me. So the end of August is NMRA for me already. I'll be out of town. So that 25 and 26 of August is the NMRA National Convention. So I will be out of town. Or is it... Hang on, no. You're talking 28, 29. Is that the... I'm starting to lose track of my days. When's the NMRA convention? Grapevine. I think it's that week. Or it's probably the week before. No, it's the week before. 26th. Oh, wait a minute. August. We're talking about August. Hang on. Not June. Stupid. August. Yeah, that is. So the 25th and 26th, I'll be out of town. I'll be in Dallas. Which reminds me, I gotta get those stupid tickets because they're probably getting ready to go up. Yeah, I want to see if I can find them. Yeah, that's one of my goals. But yeah, that kind of segues into a good announcement. So yeah, if you guys, I'm trying. If everything goes well, right now the plan is to go to the NMRA convention. 25, 26 is still like 4 hours away from here. I'm going to be scanned at the Mini Prints booth at 11 o'clock on the 25th, assuming that everything goes right, because there's also a potential that my wife's surgery may be that week, and so it maybe get canceled now, so it's like I have to play it by ear, but right now the plan is to still go. I won't find out when that is until next Wednesday if, yes, we're a go for sure, or no, we're not a go, but I still have my slot reserved just in case we can go, or worst case scenario, I go down there, get scanned, and then come back. Because I want to be there. Like, this is probably going to be my one shot in a while to get scanned, so. And then I'll be handing out some holographic stickers, which reminds me, I got to get more of those. So kind of my rule with the stickers is that I have two types of stickers. I have one non-holographic and one holographic. The holographic ones is the ones that if you meet me in person, I'll hand those out to you. I've got pets, so that probably... We got a place already that's it's a hotel for pets and so forth. They'll be coming with us, for the most part. That's right, and there are a lot of YouTubers in Dallas, too. I should meet up with them, now that I think about it. So, more to come. Again, I'm not going to make any promises just yet, because there was a lot of wrenches that are being thrown into this month and July and August that I wasn't expecting, but you know, it's life, it pops up. Alright, let's get you guys over. We've been on that view for a little bit. Let's get you back on the engineer cam. I'm gonna get rid of this text because you guys know what this view is. It's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, it's actually not a bad idea. I'm not gonna make any plans just yet because, like I said, I gotta figure out when my wife's surgery is first and foremost, and then go from there. But I think Split Rock, basically what I'm doing is I'm advertising that, hey, if you want to do a meet and greet, lunch is kind of, because my wife and I is going to be doing a lot of things down there in Dallas too, because we got to go over to hit the 4018 Big Boy as well. I'm terrible when it comes to organizing with people. It's just, I'm terrible with it. But I'll probably be doing, if everything goes the way it's supposed to, we'll do kind of a meet and greet 11 o'clock at Mini Prince booth. And then you can see how the scan's gonna go. I'll leave it at that. So, I'm excited. I'm crossing fingers that everything is going to go the way it should. And that's on the Saturday. So, again, kind of a tentative meet and greet at the Mini Prince booth at NMRA convention at 11. It's when I'm getting my scan. Oh, which reminds me too. I think my NMRA division is meeting. Is it an odd or even? Even. So July, August. So next time it's August. Yeah, and so we'll play it by ear. So I will definitely know by next stream. So next on the 7th, I'll know for sure what the game plan should be, because she does a pre-op on Wednesday, so we'll know exactly when the next one should be, in theory. So, and then basically she'll need a whole week to recover, and that's what's driving if we go or not. Because we were planning to go to Anime Matsuri in Houston, but that definitely got canned. Because it's just too close to a potential surgery time. And now we're just crossing fingers that it's not going to be in late August. So, I do want to do one more shout out. Now that I think about it, I'll do just me. So our awesome. I don't know if she'll take offense if I say this, but she is basically the grandma of our community. And at least I'm saying that. No one else has to say that. But she's good old Tammy and Ray from Mom and Son Train Rail Fans. Gave us these wonderful little bracelet things. And it's like, love it. Love the goodies that they passed out. So thank you, Mom and Son Train Rail Fans. I know you guys watch on the replay. So thank you so much for that. In fact, let me do one more thing. Let me get you guys back on the cameras while I'm thinking about it. And I keep forgetting. This is why I need my 4th monitor, so I can keep track of chat as well. 2 monitors is just simply not enough. Mom and Son. There we go. They are 2 subscribers away from 700. Let's get them there. Again, if you're a lurker, new here, go follow Mom and Son Train Rail Fans. They've got an awesome layout that they're building. Let's get them to 700. 2 more. That's simple. 2 more. Hit that sub button. It'll be well worth it. Awesome, folks. They are 2 more away from 700. Let's do the chaotic good. 2 more. What I will be wearing won't be a problem. I'll just leave it at that. My concern is that no, I don't even want to say that because I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. My plan is when I arrive and get scanned. I already saw it. Nice. Is that when Bernard sees me, he would probably want to do a live stream right then and there. That's my goal, and then you guys will see. We'll see it. I wanted to kind of be a surprise for his channel. If he wants to stream it anyways, I mean, it doesn't have to. In that case, my wife will record the whole thing, or probably even stream it from the phone. So I'm excited. And you know, if the NMRA does not happen, then my wife and I pretty much said that we're dead set on going. Oh, we're going to try our hardest to get to. Oh man, the name already escapes me. Amherst. Definitely want to try to get to Amherst. But that train show is just so hard to get to because we got to fly and rent a car down there. And then we got to board up our pets and everything. So it's a little bit more challenging to get to Amherst. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. Again, he doesn't have to. But it's just going to be so out there in left field. It'll be great. If not, it'll definitely be on my channel. Like, we have a plan B to stream it on ours. I should probably move this up a little bit, should I? There we go. Get it to like the center there. It's gonna be something. Let's just say that. It's gonna be something. I don't know if I want to. I don't want if I want to raise expectations because I don't want to subvert your expectations. We'll just leave it at that. I'm excited. All right, let's see here. Let's go to a camera we haven't been to in a while. Let's go back to all the cameras. And let's drop... this is still fine. We haven't done all the cameras in a while. Actually, we haven't done... I know what we haven't done in a while. Let's just do the overall layout. Let's get the big N out. All right, come on. Why are you not? Thank you. All right, there we go, cool. And then we'll just move this around a little bit. So that way you can kind of see the general layout. So yeah, if you guys are new to the channel and lurking there, behind me is the sticker wall. That is where I put all my stickers from I get from companies, distributors, other YouTubers and so forth. If you want to send a sticker and be placed on that background wall there. I do have a P.O. box that's listed down below, or you can find it at my website at rayrunvr.com, and you'll look at the navigation buttons and you'll find the P.O. box there. I try to check it, ideally, if I'm on top of it, I'll check it once a week, but life has been getting in the way, so it's kind of once a month, but we'll try to get back out there once a week. And I do have the a notification on my phone that says, hey, you've got mail on the way. So that way we get prompted to at least go check it. I am very novice when it comes to decoder installs. I'm good at fixing DC locomotives, but DCC is a whole nother level because you just got so much fine electronic parts in there and the motherboard and so forth. The best I can say about that, I'll give you two different. Obviously, you know SMT mainline. He's the big one when it comes to repairing engines as far as the DC side. Now, if you really want to get your feet wet with DCC decoder installs, I'll give you a channel that I am learning from. It's still all new to me as well. When it comes to, I am very basic right now, and the fact that I can easily convert DCC ready locomotives into DCC, like I've got that pretty much figured out. It's the taking straight up DC engines into DCC is what I'm slowly working on. My Missouri Pacific GP3 8-2 is the first one that I did a complete full install in, but it was a simple one. I didn't have any speakers or anything like that. It was just a simple Digitrax decoder that I installed in there just to get my feet wet. But if you really want to learn something about decoder installs, I'm getting all of my knowledge through a YouTube channel called Solo Contracting. And so he basically takes to the next level where SMT just works on the very basic engine work and cleaning out the motors and so forth. Solo Contracting then takes it from the DC over to DCC. So I've binge watched this channel religiously because I've got a lot of DC engines that need to convert into DCC. And so I've learned a lot from him as well. So. And he does basically any type of decoders. He also does commission. So I don't know if he'll do a commission over the internet. I know he does a lot for his club that he goes to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, those are the two that I watch religiously when it comes to repairing an install. But yeah, it is something I need to learn because I've got too many trains that I want to run on DCC. Like I've got 2 FEFs to convert over. I want to do a complete overhaul of one of my big boys, my 4019 with the elephant ears or smoke deflectors from Atherin. It's got a Tsunami 1 in there that's absolutely trash, and it's giving me a lot of problems, and the connector wire broke on me on it, so it doesn't pick up power as good, so it stutters over everything. And so I want to get that 100% switched over to Blunami. That's one that I've got locked down to convert over to Blunami. Because if you guys haven't heard, Blunami is now on Android. Yay! I can finally start investing in Blunami decoders. I am so happy. Because I don't have to invest into a $500 iPad or iPhone or whatever. So I am super, super excited for that. Sounds like a deal, Artie. Eventually we'll get scenery. Like I'm getting the itch to do scenery again because I do scenery. It's been a while since I've done it. And so I've got to get back into the rhythm and getting back into my techniques, and eventually once I get more comfortable with it, we'll do some scenery streams. Or I don't know, I may do scenery, I may do videos on them because I like listening to music as well. She would want to help with the scenery too, Artie. She's actually better at the scenery than I am. So, right, and like I said, she's working on the T-track. It's just the problem is T-track is kind of on hold because she needs an airbrush. Because she's going to airbrush. We've got one T-track module built, and she needs to airbrush it before we put the track down, the wiring down, and all that, so. Because we just want to get the initial base coat and a little bit of the scenery kind of done. But yeah, our biggest thing about traveling is just, we've got pets. We got, like I said, we got the 3 cats and 1 dog. We may, there's a puppy we're eyeing right now, so we may get another dog, but I'm still kind of on the fence on it. And it's the room and boarding that really keeps us here to San Antonio. So we're still trying to figure out the logistics behind it, on top of trying to keep the train hobby going. And the big thing that suffers is traveling, you know. Money can only go so far, and it's like I put a lot into this hobby. And, there's things that get sacrificed as a result of it, which I don't mind sacrificing too much. It's just now, I'm starting to see all these meet and greets pop up. And it's like, I'm getting that itch to travel and meet you guys. So, it's future plans. Someday. Someday. Let's see. So as far as content, so what videos do I have ready to come out? Oh, nice. Yeah, and we've been looking into it. We may have a few people to help us with it, so it's a matter of lining things up. Like I said, unfortunately, replacing the AC. Let me tell you, folks, if you own a house, make sure you have like 5 digits worth of savings. Because when an AC breaks and it has to get completely replaced, make sure you have a good savings. Because that hurt. That hurt a lot. That's awesome, Marty. Yeah, it's definitely something that I should consider. No, you're absolutely right. It's just, I'm also paranoid about having someone come over, especially when I have thousands of dollars worth of equipment up here. I know they may not understand what they're looking at, but I'm also extremely paranoid with that. Alright, let's get you guys the front view. We haven't given like a full camera perspective. Yeah, we'll get you guys this view. Oh, absolutely, Mystic. So the one that we went with, it's a lifetime warranty. And we also want to rent this house out because here's kind of the future goal. There's a lot of goals, and my wife and I, we kind of want to own some farm property because we've got several plans. Again, it's kind of dreams more than goals, but it's still kind of long-term goals to see if we can even achieve it. But something that I really want to do is really invest into Starlink from Elon Musk, so that way we can have the internet. Because if you guys watch a streamer called the Quarterling, he has like 4 satellite receivers, and he's able to get really good internet from his farmhouse. And something that I really, really want to do, if the investment is there, I've got a few friends over here that have and are into 7 1/4 scale, and I would love to have a railways in 7 1/4 scale along with a big HO layout. So that's kind of the big 2 things that could it be possible. And so part of that is renting this house out and, just doing a lot of, planning, like some serious long-term planning. And I would love to stream, would love to make content with 7 1/4 scale. No, Hardy. As much as I would love Australia, I think we'll talk more offline about Australia. I'll just leave it. I mean, don't get me wrong. The scenery is gorgeous, and your healthcare system is amazing. It's just other aspects of it. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into it in this channel, but it's more of a what I call a Discord conversation. Oh, I've done 7 1/4 before. I mean, I don't want to say I've done it before, but if you've seen my Bitter Creek Canyon video, I knew in my old club that was in California, one of the members actually owned 7 1/4 CSX diesel. It was a switcher. I think it was a SW2000. I do split rock, absolutely. But I gotta be realistic about it too. HO is good. N scale, I can dabble a little bit into it, but the 7 1/4 is freaking amazing. But again, it's just dreams and goals. And the thing about every scale is that, I'm an ambassador of the hobby, and I realize that there's other scales that people can get into. And so even if I have a small aspect of each scale, I can at least show them, hey, there's N scale available, there's HO available, there's O scale, there's G scale. And as long as I can have, just something small. I'm not saying have a massive collection like I have an HO scale, but just have a small representation of each. It may inspire them to get into the hobby with one of those scales. And I've done my job as, my main mission is, the gateway into the world's greatest sandbox hobby. Because that's my main mission in all this, is just to see if we can make it survive. So, alright, Split Rock, take it easy, good sir. Again, follow Split Rock. He's got some awesome content there. Great photography, great layout with his mining corporation over there. So, go check him out. Nice. But again, it's free to set big goals. Do we achieve them? Realistically, probably not. But I'm happy to have what I have. I'm thankful for God for giving me the opportunity to do this. And so, we're just gonna run with what we have and just have fun on this crazy journey. So, and the fact that how big is this family? I haven't checked in a hot minute. Let's see, how big is the family? So the family, man, we're almost at 1,250 subscribers. That's crazy to think about. So back in California, there was a 1-to-1 scale narrow gauge that was in a winery in the Santa Maria, California area. So yeah, I've seen that too. that they actually use the 1-to-1 narrow gauge for the farm itself. But again, guys, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching all the videos, liking, sharing, commenting. It all helps. And you know, I've got several models here. One of them is that if you subscribe, I want to make sure it's worthwhile. So you're going to get a lot of operation perspective of model railroading from me. Not operation in the sense that, you know, it'll be like true operation. That's more of running the engine around in circles and so forth. And a lot of Icey news stuff that I do. Eventually we'll get back into train video games and so forth. I had my first video for video gaming with trains, and it got copyrighted thanks to the freaking sound, so I gotta re-record that. 700 miles, wow, that's impressive. And I think as far as the watch hours, I think we're about, yeah, we're halfway there to 3,000, which is pretty cool. So slowly and surely we're getting closer and closer to those emotes once they implement that that setting for the 500 subscribers, 3,000. So little by little, but again, it's all about having fun and escapism. And this is my escapism. It's always fun to see a train going around in circles and just chatting about the hobby. I didn't know that. Abandoned by U.S. Railroad. Huh. Interesting. But I tell you what, I'm having a lot of fun doing this. It's just always interesting trying to present this hobby. Because I love the technology, don't get me wrong, but there are times that you can go down rabbit holes with technology that to me it just doesn't seem interesting when it gets down into the weeds, especially when we talk about like coding. Ooh, especially Arduinos, man, that goes over my head. It's like I can understand it, but it's like it's not. For me, that's where I draw the line of that's when it doesn't get fun for me. For me, it's how far can we take it in the presentation of the hobby. That's why I've been kind of going ham with these cameras. And these cameras, you know, it's something I've been wanting to do for a while, but then as far as the presentation of it all, you know, putting it all together, seeing what Anthony Dodge does on his streams with his 3-rail Merklin setup. As soon as I saw that, it's like, yep, that's what's going to inspire me for presenting it in that style. But yeah, someday, you know, sometimes we just got to have goals, kind of going back to like, you know, what's the future? What's the end goal of this channel? And you know, I don't even want to say it's an end goal, but just more of where should we take the mythical railroad? And, you know, if money was not a thing, if we put that aside, you know, I could imagine, you know, having a barn that has the HO layout, has maybe kind of a small layout for the other scales, N scale. Have a small little garden. Again, it doesn't have to be crazy. A small little garden scale logging railroad with the Shays, the Climaxes, the Heislers. Keep it simple. 3 engines is really all I need for the garden. And it'll be T-Trek for N scale. Maybe a small O scale layout just to go around in circles. Just very basic. No, Artie, do what you gotta do, man. I appreciate you hanging out on your Saturday, on your free time. I appreciate you hanging out. Guys, go follow Artie. He's got, if you're definitely into the Australian model railroading, if you want to get that view, perspective of the hobby, please go see Artie. Go subscribe to him. And you have a good one, good sir. Absolutely. And that is why I call it the world's greatest sandbox hobby. Because it is endless. That's the key word there. There is no other hobby like this. It is truly endless. It is truly a sandbox. From scratch building to rivet counters to engineers to operations. It is truly, truly art. That's why I keep forgetting you got some American engines. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. So yeah, American and Australian. Like I said, the one Australian engine that I want the most, if I see it, I will buy it, and that's the Garrett steam engine. So, yep. He does a live stream tomorrow at 7 p.m. U.S. Central Time. So, all right, Mystic, thank you so much for hanging out as well. I'll see you on the interwebs. Hello, Boxcar the Husky. How are you? Right now, we are running the Freedom Train in celebration of America's independence on the 4th of July. So, we are also just kind of chatting, hanging out. Let's get you guys back on the train here. There we go. I know I will pay too, so I don't want you stressing on that. If you find one, let me know. We'll work out a deal. Again, don't stress too much. But yeah, I love the Garretts. I love what they look like. And then I will turn into UP. Take it easy, Artie. Yeah, that's what, we're just vibing. And that's the thing about it. It's more of a come hang out. Let's talk about trains. Let's run some trains. And we'll occasionally steer off into some other topics, but generally it is model railroading focus. But yeah, we're kind of talking about kind of the end goal, kind of the big goals. We're talking about potentially having a barn that has all these things with Starlink. Again, this is assuming that money is no object. With the Starlink satellites to give us the internet that we need, the bandwidth that we need to upload. Potentially having a 7.25 scale shed with and be able to have track around it. There is no member in Samra that's into that scale as well, which is pretty cool. There's unfortunately no layouts here in San Antonio, which makes it also a prime candidate to have a 7.25 scale, because there's no club there's no owner of it and so forth. It's like, this is the prime place to have one. So and then it's like, it'll be just so cool to have a meet and greet on the farm. Invite all you guys over, ride the 7.25. It's like, it's just, there's a lot of cool things we could do. Yeah, those are cool too. I just love how they've had to reconfigure the wheel configuration to get them into a low profile. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, again, those are just dreams and goals. But for now, this is just perfect. And again, it just showcases the sandbox element of this hobby. You can have a very small oval, you know, you can have a very small, you know, modular that I've got here. And, you know, we can always be happy with what we have. And I'm just grateful to have what I have and be able to now share it with you guys. And I'm having a lot of fun doing it. It's a heck of a journey, and I love it. So as far as videos coming out, let's see. I've got a video coming out on, let's see, what's today? Today's Friday. So we had a video come out today. This was the mini prints. Sunday is going to be another AnyRail. I try to do my AnyRail videos on Fridays, but I really had to squeeze in this mini prints box because it was the June box, and we were so close to the end of June that I had to get that one out first. I'm trying to remember if I did. I know there was an S-scale layout at New Braunfels train show. It wasn't modular though. It was a layout. One person there was one S-scale Missouri Pacific. I can't remember what the other. I think it was Santa Fe. I want to say was the other engine I saw that was an S-scale. But it wasn't really modular based. It was just a layout. Yeah, and sorry, Husky, I'm not sure if I'll go into S-scale. Yeah, I probably won't do S. But I'll probably just do HONOG and 7 1/4. But I will definitely advertise S-scale. I was like, hey, this is S-scale as well. But I do want a sample of each scale. Like I'm starting to lean in that direction a lot. And it's like, you know, I don't do S-scale, but I know a YouTuber that does. So go over to Boxcar the Husky for S-scale. And you never know. You may get a following. But that's a great thing about this hobby too, is like if I can't afford or something happens I can't go into the scales, I know other YouTubers that do the other scales that represent and they're the ambassador of that scale. So, you know, anyone that's getting into this hobby is going to be taken care of. And I think that is also extremely important. Like for me, I do a lot, like I said, I do a lot of just running trains, running American HO scale, more particularly running American UP family HO scale. So that's what I bring to the table. And again, I bring some other stuff too, like news and some spotlights from time to time. A lot from the Samurai layout that's here. All right, let's bring up the 180 camera. There we go. Yeah, I've got a lot of wheels to oil down. They are squeaking. And there's our freedom train. That's not the view I wanted. Alright, so I think this will be the last lap of our freedom train. Again, this is kind of a new tradition I think we'll have. On the 4th of July, we'll celebrate the freedom train. Alright, let's get this last camera up. As it comes into the spotlight here. And there we are. Alright, and we bring the freedom train into view. Alright, so there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go ahead and start wrapping things up. So again, thank you guys so much for all the follows, all the likes, all the subscriptions, all the comments. Everything is appreciative. Again, taking your time away to watch my videos, to watch these live streams, it's definitely humbling. And again, just thank you. That's really all I can say. So with that, enjoy the long holiday weekend for those who live in the USA. Have fun. Don't do anything different, dumb, or dangerous. And with that, I'll see you on the next stream. So with that, have a good day.